After 6 countries and 10 grueling weeks of travel, I'm finally back in Manila. I've been talking to Chef Jean Gonzalez about doing a series of vlogs about an introduction to basic Filipino food for over a year now, and at last we're going to do the first one. And while Filipino cuisine is something of a mystery to many people in the West, the best way I reckon to get to know someone or something is first to be introduced.
We have banana leaves on the table. This is the original form of disposable packaging. We are going to eat on the banana leaf and we're going to use our hands. In Filipino, it's called Kamayan. Hi Marshall, where have you been all this time?
Well, I had to go back to Australia, and then I went to Singapore, then I went to Indonesia, Jakarta and Yogyakarta. Then I went to KL, Kuala Lumpur, and then I went to Bangkok, and now I'm in Manila. I'm here in Manila for a little while, and I'm going back to Bangkok, and then I'm probably coming back to Manila. I've got a few vlogs that I've set up in Bangkok that I need to go back for. So this is Kamayan. I thought this was boodle fight.
Oh, yeah, it's the same term, except that when you say boodle fight, was conjured by the military.
Yeah.
It's about camaraderie, being together and eating with your hands.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's just a younger term.
Right.
Boodle fight probably is a 40-year-old term.
And it's mainly a military thing.
Yes.
But this is how Filipinos eat.
Well, this is how Filipinos eat in the closest possible manner. When you have kin, when you have certain fiestas, and it's something that you conjure up because people really eat with fork and spoons and knives, but
This
sometimes
is with the hand.
you just want to let your hair down.
Okay, and that's what is Kamayan, right? Okay, so we've
got shrimps with garlic, some banana leaf grilled fish, mushroom chicharron. Well, I couldn't create a whole lechon. It was too big for the both of us. So I decided on the head where you have several textures.
and it looks good.
So you got the roast pig, which is very customary.
Yep.
A mango krill or salted bagoong salad.
Right, with tomato as
Yes,
well.
with tomato. And we've got chicken and pork adobo, which is, it's regular fare. It's something that will last you without refrigeration for 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, right.
And just keeps on developing flavor.
Okay. Just back to the adobo for a second. That's probably the national dish of the Philippines, isn't it?
More or less,
Okay.
because the miracle of garlic, pepper, vinegar, and maybe either soy sauce or fish sauce, really, once they start caramelizing with the food,
It does
It's,
change, doesn't it? It
yeah.
doesn't taste like you're eating vinegar. And the purpose of it was because this adobo, it's actually a Spanish name. It was named by the Spanish, but it's been made in the Philippines for hundreds and hundreds of years, hasn't it?
It was actually served to Ferdinand Magellan. It was documented by Pigafetta that they had sour pork or pork
what they called
cooked
it.
in vinegar
Yeah,
and
and
spices.
so the Spanish didn't really know what to make of it, and they called it an adobo, but it's nothing like Spanish adobo. And the reason for adobo, the reason that it's survived for such a long time was it keeps for a long time. So the vinegar and the salt suppress the bacteria, and therefore the food lasts for a much longer time when there was no such thing as refrigeration. All right, so
Then, well, you have the fresh food, and of course, you've got what is customary for a celebration, lechon.
okay, and just sorry, what's this dip?
This is a traditional liver sauce, and this traditional liver sauce is cooked in turmeric, vinegar, garlic, and sugar.
Pig's liver.
Yes.
Yep.
And they grind it up, and wow, it works magic.
With
Yeah.
lechon. It's a lechon
With the
sauce.
lechon.
So what's this then?
This is for the seafood. It's soy sauce, chilies, ginger, tomatoes, onion, yes.
Right.
And yeah, that works with the seafood very well.
All right, that looks really good. So we've got a whole lot of rice
So-
behind the pig's head that you can't see.
So we've
So-
got rice,
Yep.
and we're going to begin.
Okay, so this is how you do it.
You grab the rice with the claw-like movement. Okay, just grab it loosely. You have you start a friendship and the kinship by serving other people.
Okay.
It's part of our
Unlike a boodle fight, where
hospitality.
everybody just goes for it. I'm just going to see how you do it first.
Okay. Oh well. Same thing that we. What would you like? You want some skin?
Or some
Nice
meat,
crispy
whatever.
skin. Okay, you can.
Do I just grab that?
Yep.
Okay.
And let's get some meat here. Full roast.
Oh, nice. Grab that if you like.
You can just keep on grabbing, using your fingers and grabbing tidbits of the meat.
Yep.
I'll take a portion. Wow, that's crispy. I'll take a portion of the ear.
Bit of ear.
Yeah.
All right.
The Spanish love this. They call it orejas.
Orejas.
And then you have the salad, which is basically fermented krill or bagoong with green mango and tomatoes and onions. And then you can get some
Oh,
adobo.
nice.
Let's take a combination of the food. Like you get some of that salad,
Yep.
maybe a little of this pork and some of the sauce.
Want some sauce?
Yeah. With your first three fingers, you're going to have to
Yep, right.
cup and form a clump with the rice.
Yep.
You get your thumb and you push it towards
Yeah,
your
right.
towards your mouth.
All right. Just I'm only a little bit concerned about how I'm going to look doing this. 3 fingers. Looks pretty big. This liver sauce goes with the adobo as well.
You can,
Just a little
yeah.
Right, that's the crisp skin from the pig with some of this liver sauce on it.
A lot of chefs, even in the European setting and the American setting, have started meals where people eat and pick with their hands.
Have they?
Yes, they have seen that eating with the hands grounds you with what you're eating, grounds you with nature,
Yeah.
grounds you with the food. It also gives you the preliminary texture before it goes into your mouth.
I was actually
You
just
start
thinking
playing
that.
Yeah.
You never feel your food before you eat it. And that's what this is. Unless you're eating a sandwich. This is a deep fried mushroom. It's quite nice for a bit of crunch. I think our Filipino viewers will be laughing at me. I haven't quite got the hang of it yet. But it's a delicious mix of foods. The sauces are really nice. I haven't tried that one yet, and I will. Is this one for seafood?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there's the one with your fish.
Oh, right. Okay, with the rest of the fish.
Okay.
Okay. Got the fish and that sauce that Jean just gave me. And this is a little bit spicy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of chili in there, and not too much. So it's a little spicy. It's a little salty. A little bit tangy. Very nice. Oh, boy. This pork's very nice. The surprise for me is this liver sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I hear liver sauce, I think, oh, Yeah, but it's delicious. This is the pork adobo. So I'm going to have some of the liver sauce again on the pork adobo. So the last time it was on the skin with meat. It's a little bit sweet. Turmeric.
Pepper,
Yep.
a little chili.
It's a little bit chili.
Mm-hmm.
The turmeric's very nice. And you can taste the liver, but it's not overpowering. And that's what I thought it would be. I thought it would be an overpowering liver taste. A bit like perhaps some
Metal, yeah.
liverwurst, you
Yeah.
know, or something, but it's not. Oh wow, this is way too much for two people. I'm having a traditional pineapple juice, and Jean's having a traditional Coca-Cola. I thought you'd have a coconut juice or something. Maybe we'll have a traditional beer afterwards.
Yep. Together with the rest of the pork head. Wow, that's still smoking.
It's
There
still
you go.
it's still steaming hot.
Yep.
Wow. No, I've got mine own.
Put this in. Feel the crunch.
This little salad's very refreshing.
Gives
Goes
you a lot
well
of
with the meat.
gives you a lot of umami with the tomatoes, the green mango, the onion, and then the fermented krill, the bagoong.
Bagoong is a Thai term, isn't it?
No, bagoong is a Filipino term.
Is it? Right. Because they use it in Thailand as well. It's a satisfying way to eat.
The thing about eating with your hands is you tend to eat more.
Well, it's kind of semi-buffet. And we all know how we get when we go to a buffet. So, what are we eating on? This is a banana leaf, yeah?
Yes, it's a whole frond, but it's wonderful because the resins from the banana counteract bacteria.
Oh, they do they?
Yes, and the sap or the resin also has certain flavors that is transferred to the food.
Interesting about the banana leaves. I didn't know that.
Look at that, steaming hot.
Oh, wow.
That's a pork cheek. It's a choice cut
Pork
from
cheek.
the pork head.
Oh, it's delicious. It's succulent and really tender. With a shrimp or maybe a prawn, as we'd call it in Australia, we'd snap the head off, throw it away, and peel the tail and eat it. What's your take on that?
Well, in most seafood eating cultures, like Barcelona and all that, when you snap the head off, this is the sauce. All you gotta do is just bite and suck into it.
So the sauce is here, in the head.
And that's the fat. Basically, the fat. And that is one of the centers of flavor. You have this creamy, just delicious.
Then there's the tail. Well, it's a different way of looking at eating to most Western cultures. And it's a very satisfying way to eat. So, thank you.
Yeah.
We're looking at doing more of these. This is the first one of Filipino eating and Filipino basic cuisine. And what we're looking at doing is just shining a light on basic Filipino food, especially for non-Filipinos, for people who don't know anything about Filipino food. One of the reasons for it is, when I was back in Australia, people were saying, oh, you were in the Philippines, weren't you? And I said, yeah, I was in the Philippines. And I'd say, what do Filipino people eat? And they'd say, oh, well, and they'd just start thinking Southeast Asia. And I could see them, like they didn't know, but they're trying to come up with something, and they go, oh, rice. And I'd say, yep, they eat rice. And they'd go, oh, stir fries? Or, no. Oh, right. And some people would say, oh, adobo. And I'd say, yeah, what's adobo? And they'd go, well, it's pork. You know, so it's still a cuisine that needs to be discovered. And I think the best way to do that is start at the bottom and work your way up. And so that's what Jean and I are going to do. These won't be coming out 3 in a row over a week or something. We're just making this one while I'm in Manila this time, and then when I come back we'll make another one, and then another one. And perhaps in the next ones to come, we'll add a guest, someone who can give us their interesting take as well on the food that we're eating. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learnt something, and I hope you've seen that Filipino food is pretty good.